might be the answer to our prayers.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Benji's Vlogs and Whatnots. I am Benji. It is looking like another glorious day. A little bit of cloud, a little bit of wind, and very much cold. But that is alright. It's not going to stop us from doing what we needed to do today. We are going to go down the main street again today. We went for a little trip out there yesterday, but we didn't film it. And don't know what we've done, but we've bunged up our right knee, which is going to basically minimise the amount of walking that we're going to be doing. But either way, we're going to go and do a bit of gallivanting around in the main street of town. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So without further ado, let's get driving. So there is a few things that we want to go and have a look at while we're down the main street. One of those things is Jar Jar's Collectibles, and I want to see if I can get myself a little flash drive for the PlayStation so I can transfer all the saved game data off that onto the computer so that we can edit and start uploading that. But I'm not going to hold my breath. I may just have to end up going to not Foodworks, to the good guys in Melton and basically get myself a flash drive from there, or even another hard drive that we can use to transfer everything over. Because what we're going to start doing is we're going to start uploading a little bit of the gameplay over onto the YouTube and everything else in between. And there's our first stop for the day, guys. Jar Jar's Collectibles. Gonna go and have a quick squeeze in there and see what we can find. Hopefully some decent posters and whatever else. Had a bit of a gander in Jar Jar's. Didn't find anything of liking. I was hoping to find some posters, but even the posters there didn't really tickle the fancy, so that's alright. That just means that we're going to save a few bucks from not spending any money there. But it's always good to go and have a bit of a gander either way to see what sort of stock he's got. But because I don't have permission to film in there, I can't exactly show you guys what's going on in there, but it's a fun little store either way. But now that we've finished that, it is now time for us to go do some other stuff throughout the town. Nearly being 12 o'clock of an afternoon, we're going to go over to George's Fish and Chips to have a bit of a feed of fish and chips. Hopefully just a small serving, but something that we haven't done for a while is have a bit of lunch from fish and chips. Got myself a lunch pack, cake no sugar. In this is a potato cake, piece of flake, dim sim and some chips. But I don't know if I'm going to eat all that, but we'll damn well give it a good old shot. So I'm going to go and find a spot in town where we can have this. I know that there is one spot that we want to go and do. It's literally just up around the corner, so it should only take us about 2 minutes to get up there, park up and go and find a little picnic table that we can have a little nice little feed of fish and chips. Tell you what, I'm starting to get the flea in the ear to go out and about and just hit up the town, have lunch, whatever. Did that yesterday, but yeah, that was a different story. It also seems like every man and his bloody dog wants to come past. Yeah, you can probably just see behind us that there's nothing but bloody traffic. So why you don't come down on the weekends down to the main street is because you always get bloody well blocked in. Now that we found ourselves a nice little part to devour these fish and chips and everything else in between, I want to tell you guys a little something that's been going on in my life since I've been not uploading as much as I have been in the past. Very nice. Look at that. Piece of flake, 2 tater cakes, a dimmy, and some chippies. Very nice. Like I said, I'm probably not going to be able to eat all of this. Very nice chips. So, where the hell have I been in the last 2 or so weeks? Well, as you guys know, I've been having some minor health inconveniences, such as having such fatigue and everything else in between. But we have been upping our game, basically having the vitamin D medication or tablets, whatever you want to call them, magnesium, zinc, to bump up our energy levels and everything else in between. As you guys know, having vitamin D deficiency and other things can cause us to be a bit blah. And as you guys would have probably remembered in the last couple of videos that we've uploaded, we weren't really energized. But as you guys can tell now, I'm a little bit more up, a little bit better, a little bit healthier, so I am pretty happy with that. So my problem was I was only fighting half the bloody problem by not eating processed foods and everything else in between, and basically minimizing on how much I eat of these. I still indulge once in a blue moon to go and get myself fish and chips and whatever else, but most of the time I'm eating pretty good. But I was still, as you could say, pretty much under the radar when it came to what I really needed for the physical body. So last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I've, as you would say, been ingesting the vitamin D and K3 tablets, magnesium, zinc, and the last 2 weeks have improved significantly when it comes to the energy. I'm not as fatigued and anything else in between, so that is good stuff. So we are going to steadily get back into routine with this whole uploading of videos and everything else in between. But yeah, that's why I've been away for the last 2 or so weeks, is so that we can get ourselves back on track, feeling like $1 million, having the energy that we need to basically do all the things that we need to do and everything else in between. So yeah, we're back and we're ready to, as you would say, keep on rolling. Now that we made it home, I had a thought process on the way back to here. I do have an idea on how to get the data or the videos off the PlayStation onto the computer. I have done this once before, and that is using one of my little micro SD cards that I've got in one of the cameras. So what I'm going to do is grab the micro SD card out of the GoPro, because I do believe that is a 500 and something gig SD card that I can use to transfer the data over. Not only that, I've got this little strip right here, so you guys can see right there, as it's got the 2 micro SD card readers, so I can just slug it into that, plug it into there, transfer everything over to the thing, and then transfer everything over to the computer. I don't know why I didn't think of doing that again, because yeah, I was so determined to go and get the flash drive or another hard drive for the PlayStation, but don't need to spend any more money than what we need to. And just as I thought, 512 gig right there for such a small little piece of plastic. I remember when these used to be 128 kilobyte or megabyte. That was only 20 years ago, but now we're getting things up to 512 gig, sometimes more, 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, but that is all I really need, is something that size to get the data off the PlayStation so we can put it through said things. Yes, just what I was hoping for. I couldn't format the thing to the PlayStation, but that is alright. It's still going to create a PS5 folder on that very thing on the back. So now that we need to sit back and wait for 31 plus gig to come down, we can now transfer it from PlayStation to computer. Sweet! It's all downloaded onto the thing now, so what we can do is now transfer it from there over to there without any second thoughts, so that we can edit the video clips so we can start uploading our gaming. Tell you what guys, I am definitely looking forward to getting a lot of my gameplay up onto YouTube. It will be very fun to say the least, and everything else in between. But for now we're gonna have to just basically get as much gameplay as we possibly can, and then we can start uploading something a couple times a week and everything else in between. So all we can really do is just keep on going and everything else in between. God damn. Love that morning sky. Nothing bloody beats that. It's one thing I love about having time off, is getting up early enough and basically seeing that first thing in the morning. That is gorgeous. Do love getting up. Not at a ridiculous time of the morning, but early enough to see that. And that's a big reason why I love having one of those photography cameras as a vlogging camera, because you can use it both as a vlogging camera and something to take pictures with. I took probably at least a dozen photos of that morning sky before it disappeared. Now it's just looking that yellowish orangey hue now, not that almost blood red that it was before. I reckon a little bit of photography on the side won't be too bad. Find the time when we're out and about to snap some pics and whatever else. Certainly is worth it when you get up at bloody 6 o'clock in the morning. And if anyone's wondering what that bloody noise is, I've got one of those little 2000 watt bloody heater fans going in my room. It is ruddy chilly. That's what we're getting at the moment. That little bit of hue, orange yellow hue over there where the sun's going to come up soon enough. It's a good thing that it's there. And I've got the computer sitting right there because I've got that wall right there to block the sun, instead of being directly in the eyes. But yeah, everything is looking up either way guys, whether or not there is a red morning or not. As you guys would have seen before, all of those things that we're taking to get ourselves back on track. Lion's Mane, hang on, Lion's Mane gummies. That's made out of almost 100% Lion's Mane, not made, Lion's Mane mushrooms. Good for mental clarity. A little bit of zinc as well. A little bit more for the energy. Fish oil tablets, again for the mental clarity, because I have noticed that the mental clarity isn't exactly the greatest, but it is, since taking the Lion's Mane and the fish oil tablets, mental clarity is getting better, but it seems the speech isn't getting any better though. Because I'm also vitamin D deficient, I'm taking the vitamin D3 and MK7, which is like an oil or some of the good fat that you need from avocado or things like that. I am taking the 5,000 unit one. It says take 1,000 units per 25 pounds, so 5,000 units is perfect for my size. And finally, taking one of these magnesium nights just to help us sleep. But to be honest with you, I still sleep like a bag of shit. But yeah, things are looking up. Motivation's coming back, energy's coming back, not feeling as fatigued, and everything else in between, which is a beautiful thing. And as you guys will see with a photo that I took before of the sky, is how motivated we are, as you would say. And yeah, being able to go out and have lunch out in the town, even if it's by myself, things are improving from what they were. So I'm pretty darn happy with that either way, guys. But anyway, I'm not going to bore you too much more with me talking about the shit that I'm taking and photos and whatever else and lunch out in the middle of town. I am going to put the camera down and basically start this day off as always. I'm going to go and get Miss Becky and sit with her for a couple of hours before she goes out the back. I am going to figure something out for today. I'm not sure because we still got 2 days off work. So yeah, I'm pretty darn happy about that either way. But anyway, I'm blabbing on too much. I will see you guys in the next video. So it is an Arrivederci for now. Thanks for watching as always, guys. We'll see you in the next video as always. Until then, as always, keep it cheesy.